Hello, everybody. My name is Dylan Haley, and I'm going to tell you about the flooding in California. The flooding in California has been going on for quite some time now. The first recorded flood was in 1769 when the Spanish missionaries first came to California. Now, you may be wondering why I'm telling you this. Well, it's because it has been happening for a long time, and engineers and other workers and people are constantly working to prevent further disaster. So today I'm going to tell you three things, three different topics on the flooding here in California. That being what has happened, what's being done to fix it, and how has it affected the people and economy. So basically, as the earth spins on its axis, it obviously creates storms. And as you know, we live in California on the coast of the Pacific Ocean. So we tend to get the heavier side of the storms. We tend to see that side more. So here you'll see the map of California. There is no pink, a very high risk, but there is red in the Bay Area for moderate risk. The next picture is actually Tulare Lake, which has actually re-emerged from this flood. So as these rivers become overloaded with all this rainfall and snow runoff from the mountains, this causes problems for lower transportation and storage in canals and levees lower in the valley. This usually means that they break in some way or another. This is what in turn caused Tulare Lake to reemerge from the ground, submerging acres upon acres of orchards, crops, farms, and even highways and homes. As you can see in the top right, that is Tulare Lake, right in between Fresno and Bakersfield. And on the bottom right, again, is Tulare Lake. As you can see, it's extremely overfilled. Tulare Lake was once the biggest freshwater lake west of the Mississippi River. This lake was dried up by the early 20th century, and rivers were dammed up and diverted for ag purposes. Before this, the lake would stretch up to 790 square miles, 4 times the size of Lake Tahoe, and as deep as 30 feet. This is not the first time heavy rain and snowfall have threatened the valley. The last time this lake was full was 1983 and submerged tens of thousands of acres and even took out some land of production for years. The chairman of the Lower Tule River Irrigation District estimated a cost of $1.5 million needed to repair these flood damages thus far. This only being one of 12 districts within the Tulare Lake Basin. Flooding can have many effects, including on homes, buildings, roads, power supplies, water supplies, and even causing gas outages. Floods can also take out major transportation routes and commercial supplies, pollute drinking water, and also cause mudslides and landslides, which is very catastrophic. Major effects of floods on people include loss of life and property, loss of livestock, destruction of crops, loss of major infrastructure, and even health-related disease due to waterborne illnesses. All 58 counties in California have experienced at least one flood in the past 25 years, resulting in deaths and billions of dollars in damages. Floods are naturally occurring here in California. They allow sedimentation and erosion to remain in balance, replenish soil and groundwater, maintain floodplain habitats for our most sensitive species. Floods can also endanger species by destroying their habitats needed for survival. All counties currently under the California Disaster Declaration of 2023 are Alameda, Amador, Calaveras, Contra Costa, Mendocino, Merced, Monterey, Sacramento, San Joaquin, San Luis Obispo, San Mateo, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz, and Ventura. 14 in all. Estimates show that flooding in California leads to billions in economic losses. According to Moody's, which is a major financial corporation for analytics, California flooding and severe weather led to 5 to 7 billion in total economic loss. So what is being done to fix it? Farmers such as Tom Barcelos, who has been farming recovered soil out of the Tulare Lake Basin for the past 50 years, are teaming up to fight against these heavy tides. Working crews, farmers, and residents are working together, pushing through extreme storms, sludge, and excessive water levels with the main goal of shoring up the town's defenses. Working with excavators and other heavy machinery, all of these people are teaming up with the same idea in mind to restrict further damages along the Tule River. The Tule River is usually a means for survival for surrounding dairies and more than 125,000 acres of crops. The Tule River has served as a main irrigation line which carries water from the Sierra Mountains down to the man-made channels and ditches that intertwine the valley floor. These are strategically placed to redirect rivers that allow landowners to transform these lands from being dry and drab to moist and rich. In the regular years of heavy rainfall, this river has also served as a major release valve, carrying these heavy flows along its banks, passing places such as Corcoran, Porterville, and other major ag businesses towns that intersect the basin. Another major concern is clearing out the debris and other refuge from the rivers to make sure they flow correctly. Crews have used booms and excavators to pull out debris, fallen trees, heavy sediment, and even washing machines. Another challenge that the people face is managing water for the rest of the year. If orchards are not drained, rotten roots will become a possible threat. And another threat is that the hay will become bad that feeds the cattle. As temperatures begin to rise, it's only a matter of time before the snow melts, which is the deepest it's been in the past 70 years. Robert Hansen, former president of the Tulare Basin Watershed Network and Environmental Stewardship Group, believes no amount of manpower will be able to contain the water if the land sees an early heat wave. Hansen also said it's probably going to be the biggest flood he's ever seen. The city of Corcoran plans to haul in 150,000 cubic yards of dirt to lift their levee. The city manager said they wanted to raise the levee by 4 feet, and anything more than that would be unnecessary. In conclusion, this does in fact seem to be the heaviest flood to date. With the proper funding and manpower, most counties should be safe from extreme flooding. As most of these towns are farming towns, townspeople should possess the knowledge and prior experience from past floods to defend themselves against future flooding. Although it may take some time to rebuild from these natural disasters, the infrastructures should come out stronger than before, leaving them prepared for future disaster. Thank you.